discuss the lines and angles. So basic terms and definition. So first of all we will discuss about an angle. What is an angle? So if the two line segments meet at a point OA and OB are the two line segments, they are meeting at the point O, they form an angle. This is your angle. Where these two line segments are meet, that point is known as a vertex. Point O is a vertex. OA and OB are the two line segments meeting at the point O. And this is your angle AOB. Angle at O. In this one, O is known as the initial side. This is your initial side. This is the side which is the dead line, you can say. This line O is fixed. Its initial side is fixed. And this OB is known as a terminal side. Terminal side. This initial side is fixed. This line has no movement at all. Only the terminal side is moved. But this terminal side is moved in two ways. One is clockwise. Clockwise. And second is anti-clockwise. So terminal side moves clockwise and anti-clockwise. Clockwise means see, this is your O is the initial side. OB is moving clockwise means on the right side only. So this OB is coming out here. This is your OB. So if the terminal side moves clockwise, then it's make a negative angle. This will be your negative angle. But if your terminal side moves anti-clockwise, means OA is your initial side, terminal side is moving anti, just opposite to clock, this one, OB. Then it's make a positive angle. This is your positive angle. But if we talk about the negative and the positive angle, अगर हम इन दोनों के बारे में बात करें, look at here now, this is your concept. So initial side we are taking OA. If your terminal side moves anti-clockwise, which makes the 45 degree, you can say the positive angle, OB, and OB dash is your terminal side which is moving clockwise, which makes the negative angle 45 degree. See now, here this 45 degree angle is equal to minus 45 degree. They are equal in magnitude. Equal in magnitude. They are equal in magnitude. Only this negative sign is gives the information of the direction. We are in the opposite of this initial side. So this minus sign means it is represent the direction. Otherwise they are equal in magnitude. 45 degree you are saying. If you are saying minus 45 degree, it means that is the negative angle. It means the opposite to this one only, means we move the clockwise. So have a look. Okay, now we will discuss about the acute angle, right angle. These are the types of an angle: obtuse, straight angle, and reflex angle. Acute angle means the angle. This is we are taking AOB is an angle which is less than 90 but greater than equal to 0. Means if you are taking this angle theta, then this theta is less than 90 but greater than 0 degree. Means this angle should be more than 0 but less than 90. 0 degree से बड़ा और 90 से छोटा है, then you can say that is an acute angle. To become a right angle, the angle should be equal to 90. This is your 90 AOB. This is theta you are taking. Theta is equal to 90 degree. So if your angle is equal to the 90, then you can say that is the right angle. Similarly, to become an obtuse, angle should be more than 90 but less than 180. Means like you can take this is AOB. This is your angle theta. And this theta is less than 180 but it is greater than 90. 90 से बड़ा, 180 से छोटा, then you can say this is an obtuse. If it is the angle is less than 90 but greater than equal to 0, this is an acute. Equal to 90, that is right angle. Now straight angle. To become a straight angle, your angle should be equal to 180 degree. That is, here you are taking AOB, this angle, theta is equal to 180 degree, then you can say this is a straight angle. Now reflex angle. To become a reflex angle, the angle should be greater than this theta we are taking, this angle. This is your reflex angle, which is less than 360 but greater than 180 degree. If it is greater than 180, then you can say this angle is your reflex angle. That means you can say this angle theta is equal to, it may be equal to like 290 degree. That is your reflex angle, which is greater than 180 but it is less than 360. Here is 180. This obtuse, this theta may be like, you can say this is theta is equal to 120 degree, which is greater than 90 but less than 180, is obtuse. Here is theta is maybe the 45 degree, that is an acute. This is the anomaly. Have a look. Okay, now we will discuss about the zero angle and complete angle. So just look at here and try to understand when the angle will be the zero angle. See, if we talk about the definition of an angle, angle की जो definition हमने discuss किया था वो ये था, if two line segment meet at a point, they form an angle. This one, they form an angle. This is your angle. AOB is your angle. When this angle will be the zero, this is your initial side, is already been discussed. This is your initial side and this is known as a terminal side. This is already been discussed. Now when the angle will be zero, this is your initial side, we can say AO is the initial side. If the terminal side is not coming out from the initial side, अगर terminal side इस initial side से बाहर ही न निकले, like here is the terminal side is moving anti-clockwise, this makes the angle. लेकिन जब terminal side, if the terminal side is not coming out from the initial side, then it will make the 0 degree angle. Means your OA and OB is the terminal side which is not coming out from the initial side. Initial side से बाहर ही नहीं निकल रही है, then this angle will be your 0 degree. This is your 0 degree angle. But to become a complete angle, this is your initial side. And terminal side is coming out from this initial side, and after completing one revolution, it is going to overlap this one. It is going to overlap the initial side. Terminal side is OA, initial side is, here is OA, and terminal side is coming out from this one, and then it is going to overlap the initial side. Then it will make the complete angle, which is equal to 360 degree. So this angle here will be the 360. But if we talk about this and this one only, here is the terminal side is not coming out, which makes the 0 degree angle. But if the terminal side is coming out and after one revolution it is going to overlap the initial side, that makes the complete angle. कि terminal side इसमें से बाहर निकली और एक चक्कर लगाने के बाद इसको overlap किया, that is the complete angle. Now the complementary angles. Two angles whose sum is 90. Look at here. Two angles, any two angles whose sum is 90, then you can say they are the complementary angles to each other. They are the complementary angles. For instance, suppose angle A I am taking, which is equal to 30 degree, and angle B is equal to 60 degree, and the sum of these two angles, angle A plus angle B, is equal to 30 plus 60, which is equal to the 90. So sum is coming 90. It means you can say angle A and angle B are the complementary angles. So therefore, angle A and angle B are complementary angles. Now have a look. Okay, now we will discuss the complementary angles. two angles whose sum is 180. Two angles whose sum is 180 are called the supplementary angle. Any two angles are given. For instance, suppose angle A we are taking 120 degree, angle B we are taking 60 degree. You can say they are the supplementary angle because the sum of these two angles 120 plus 60 is equal to 180. So then you can say A and B are the supplementary angles. So to become a supplementary, sum of the angles must be equal to 180. Now the adjacent angle. This is the very very important angles which you must know. Any two angles, here is we are taking, for the own convenience I am taking the angle AOB and angle BOC. I am taking two angles, angle AOB and BOC. These two angles will be the adjacent angle if they are going to satisfy these three conditions at the same time. They must be satisfy these three conditions. So first condition is if they have common vertex, means both the angles, angle AOB, angle BOC. So they have a common vertex. So first condition is going to satisfy. Second, have a common arm. Should have a common arm. So in angle AOB and angle BOC, this is your common arm. So second condition is also going to satisfy. Most important is the third, this one, because sometimes these two conditions are going to satisfy, but third one is not going to satisfy. So this is third one is the very very important condition is there which must be satisfied. If this third is not going to satisfy, then the angles cannot be the adjacent. That I will take the example later on. Now here try to understand. Non-common arms are different sides of the common arm. Common arm is this one OB. So these two non-common arms are on the different side. One side is on this side, another is this one only. So all these three conditions are going to satisfy. So you can say these two are the adjacent angle. इसको हम non-common arms are different sides of the common arm. You can understand like जो angle form हो रहा है like the angle AOB and angle BOC means there should be no common portion, no common region. You can say likewise also you can say there should be no common region at all. So here we are taking AOB. So the region of this angle is this one. Angle BOC, the region of this is this one. So there is no common region, no common portion in these two angles. But instead of this one, if you are taking suppose angle AOC and angle BOC. Suppose if you are taking angle AOC and BOC. Now these two angles are not the adjacent angle. See how? Check the condition. Angle AOC and angle BOC. So first condition is going to satisfy they have a common vertex AOC and BOC. So O is the common vertex. First condition is true. Second, AOC and BOC. This AOC and BOC. So this OC is the common arm is there. So second condition is going to satisfy. But this third condition is not going to satisfy. We are saying there should be no common region. So if we talk about the region AOC, so AOC means this complete region. This one is there, complete one. And BOC is this one. So in AOC is this portion, this one, and BOC only this one. So this is the common. In AOC and BOC, this is the common, which is they have a common region, this one. So third condition is not going to satisfy. That's why this angle AOC and BOC are not adjacent angles. Have a look. Okay. Now we will discuss the linear pairs. Linear pairs means any two adjacent angles. Two adjacent angles. Two adjacent angles. Sum is 180. 180 degree. You can say linear pair. Just see here is you are taking AOB and BOC. This angle AOC and BOC. So angle AOB plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. So these are that by the linear pairs. So to become a linear pair, sum of the two adjacent angles, sum is 180 is linear pair. Look at here now. In case of the straight angle is also 180, but that is not by the linear pair. There should be the two adjacent angle. Similarly, sometimes the children are very much confused about this one. Sum of these two angles, angle A and angle B you are taking, suppose 120 and 60. The sum of these two angles is 180. 180 degrees there. It doesn't mean that A and B are this is 180 by the linear pair. No, here the two different angles are there, but these two angles are not adjacent. To become a linear pair, the sum of the two adjacent angles is 180. Then we can say by the linear pair only. This is the difference here only. Now next is your vertically opposite angles. If the two lines intersect at the points like AB and CD, intersecting at the point O, then this angle AOC will be equal to angle BOD. You can say the angle AOC will be equal to angle BOD. That is by you can say these are the vertical opposite angles are always equal. Similarly, this angle AOD will be equal to angle BOC. So in vertical opposite angles are always equal. Have a look. Okay, now we are going to discuss the theorem. The theorem is, if two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. So the information which is given here only, given two lines you can take like this AB and CD. They are intersecting at the point O. So if two lines intersect each other, then their vertical opposite angles. So informations are given AB and CD. You can say the line segment intersect at O. AB and CD are the two line segments are there. You can say they are going to intersect at the point O. We want to prove angle AOC, this angle is equal to angle BOD. First part. Second part, we want to prove it. Angle AOD, this angle, is equal to angle BOC. This is the information is given. There are the two line segment, you can say, or line, they are intersecting at the point O. We want to prove this angle is equal to this one, this is equal to this one. We want to prove. See, now the proof is here. For the own convenience, I am taking this is angle 1, this is I am taking 2, 3 and this is 4. Exactly angle AOC is equal to BOD, means we want to prove angle 1 is equal to angle 2. And second part AOD angle 3 is equal to angle 4 we want to prove. For the own convenience I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4. See now. Now see angle 1 plus angle 3. Angle 1 plus angle 3 will be equal to 180 degree by linear pairs. Because these two are the adjacent angle and sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 because this COD is a straight line. By the straight line only this line is 180. So by the linear pair you can say the sum of these two angles is equal to 180 because these are adjacent. Now similarly here angle 3 plus angle 2, angle 3 plus angle 2 is equal to also 180 is there. You can give the number 1 equation by linear pairs. This is your 2. So this first equation is equal to 180, second is also equal to 180. So you can write angle 1 plus angle 3. Therefore, you can say from equation 1 and 2, you can say angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 3 plus angle 2. Because this is equal to 180, this is also equal to 180, so you can put angle 1 plus 3 is equal to this one. And angle 3 and 3 cancel, so therefore you are getting what? Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 means angle 1 is what? Angle AOC. Angle 2 is angle BOD, which you want to prove. Now similarly, you can prove angle AOC. Now you can write down similarly we can prove angle AOD is equal to angle BOC. So this is your proof of this theorem. Have a look. Okay, now we will discuss the lines and a transversal. Here is already I have written to save your time. AB and CD are these are the two line segment. These are intersect by third one, that is EF, and this is known as a transversal line. You can say this is your transversal. So if the two lines are intersect by third one, then third line is known as a transversal line, you can say. Here we are not taking these two lines of the parallel, we are trying to understand the what exactly we will say these angles is there. इनके नाम क्या है? See. So for the own convenience I have given the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here is angle 1 and 3, 2 and 4. 1, angle 1 and this one, both are interior but one is on the opposite. Angle 1 and 3 and 2 and 4. 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, they are known as a alternate interior angles. Similarly, angle 7 and angle 5 and angle 6 and angle 8, they are the alternate exterior angles. दोनों बाहर 7 and 5, 6 and 8, they are known as a alternate exterior angles. And one is interior, another is exterior on the same side. Here angle 1 and 5, angle 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 3 and 7, these are known as the corresponding angles. The name of these angles are corresponding angles. And 1, 4, 2, 3 of the same side of the interior, same side of this interior, they are known as a co-interior angles. So if the two line segment are intersected by third one, that is known as a transversal. If the two lines are intersected by the third line, that is known as a transversal line. And these angles are known as 1, 3, 2, 4 are known as alternate interior. One is interior, another is exterior, is there only like here is we are taking 7 and 5 and 8 and 6 are the alternate exterior. Similarly is there. Have a look. Yes. Now we will take the parallel lines and a transversal. Now we are taking AB and CD. These are the two other parallel lines. And intersect by third one is EF. Means here is the condition is if AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD and there is a transversal. In that case, this angle 1 will be equal to angle 3. Means you can say the alternate interior angles will be the equal. So first case is angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 4. These are the alternate interior angles. So in case if the lines are the parallel intersect by third one, then their alternate interior angles are always equal. Similarly, second one is there. Angle 7 will be equal to angle 5 and angle 8 will be equal to angle 6, and they are known as a alternate exterior angles. Angle 5 will be equal to angle 1, you can say. Third case is there. their corresponding angles will be equal. Angle 1 will be equal to angle 5. Angle 4 will be equal to angle 8. Angle 3 will be equal to angle 7. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 6. And these are your corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. So you can say if the lines are the parallel intersect by the third line, that is transversal, then their corresponding angles means one is exterior, another interior. Angle 1 will be equal to angle 5. You can say, see now, angle 1 is equal to 3 and 3 is equal to 4. Angle 1 is equal to 3 means by alternate interior angles. 3 is equal to 5 by the vertical body angles. So automatically you will say angle 1 is 5. But that is, they are known as a corresponding angles. And if these two lines are parallel, then the sum of these two angles means angle 1, this is your fourth case, angle 1 plus angle 4 will be equal to 180. And similarly, angle 2 plus angle 3 will be equal to 180. And this is why co-interior, they are known as co-interior angles. So if the two lines are the parallel, then all these conditions will be true. Now sometimes you want to prove this line is parallel to this one. So if any one of the, either this or this, any one of the condition, or you can prove angle 1 is equal to 3, then you can declare both the lines are parallel. So if you want to prove these two lines are the parallel, then any one of the condition among these, you can prove it, you can say they are the parallel. So you can say converse is, this is your concept, converse is always true. Converse is always